Hey guys, this is Mrs. Scherenberg, and this is the extra lesson um, that goes along with Chapter 9. We're going to do the straight line and units of production method, and then we're also going to do the double declining method. Okay, this one is about Luciano's Pizza. They purchased a car to be used. In delivering pizzas. And the car costs $14,000, used for 5 years, after which its residual value will be $2,000. Okay, let's use that information to do the straight line depreciation for 5 years. So coming down here, let's let's do straight line right here. Remember, on the top is the cost minus the residual value. Divide that by the estimated useful life. So this is money per year. Doing the math, you'll get $2,400 per year. So the year 1 depreciation expense, $2,400. Year 2, $2,400. Year 3, $2,400. Year 4, $2,400. Year 5, $2,400. Every year under straight line is the same amount of depreciation expense. That adds up to $12,000. Why is it only $12,000? Why is it not $14,000? The difference is really the $2,000 residual value, because it still has $2,000 of value left. Okay, moving back up here. If we're going to do, the book calls it a couple different things: units of production, units of output. In those 5 years, we are going to be using that they estimate that the car will be driven 80,000 miles. So number 2 here, we've already done number 1. Number 2, we're going to do, first we need to find the depreciation per mile. As you remember, the number on the top is the same. It's the cost minus the residual value. This time, they think they can drive this car for 80,000 miles. So once you do the math, it's money per mile, and that comes out to be 15 cents per mile. Then, in each year, you take the number of miles driven times the 15 cents to get your depreciation expense. So the first one is 1,500. Year 2, 15,000 times 15 cents is $2,250. Year 3, 18,000 miles driven times 15 cents is $2,700. Year 4, 20,000 miles times 15 cents, $3,000. And year 5, 15,000, 2,550. Adding all that as depreciation expenses up for all 5 years, you get 12,000 again, which you're supposed to. Okay, 12,000, 12,000. Moving on to the third type, double declining balance method. Okay, I want you, we're going to change up these numbers just a little bit. Change 4 to 3 and change 80,000 to 81,000. Okay, this is going to be a lot like your homework problem. It's one of the big problems, and it's a little strange when you do the 3 years. So I wanted to give you an example of it. But basically, they've got this machinery that cost 81,000, and it's going to last 3 years, and it has a residual value of 6,000. So you have to find the straight line rate first. And to do that, you take your 100%, you divide it by 3, and you get 33.3333%, which is the same thing as 1/3, right? Then you double it. So you take the straight line rate times 2 to get the double declining rate. So you get 66.666%, or the fraction 2/3. I'm going to show you how to use the fraction. It makes it easier without any weird, where you'd have to round a decimal. So let's draw a bit of a chart down here. we're going to have something called year one, and we're going to have beginning book value, then double declining rate, then depreciation expense, then ending book value. Okay, so for year one, the beginning book value was 81,000. The double declining rate is 2/3. So in your calculator, 81,000 times 2 divided by 3, you're going to get depreciation expense of 54,000. And then the ending book value is 81,000 minus the 54,000. And that number is 27,000. So again, how did I get that? I took column, I'll call that column A, and I'll call that column C. So I took column A minus column C to get 27,000. That also becomes my year two beginning book value. So the ending book value becomes year two beginning book value. I take it times 2 divided by 3, year two. My depreciation expense is 18,000. Then my ending book value, 27 minus 18, is 9,000. And then year three, this is the third and final year. We have our 9,000. Now, here's what we have. Here's when we have to remember the 6,000. This method is the only one that doesn't take into account the residual value up front in the calculator or in the formula. We have to account for it in the final year. We have to realize that we cannot depreciate below 6,000. This has to be equal to the residual value here. So if I did this calculation, it would put me at too much depreciation. So really, when I look at this, I'm starting at 9, I'm going to end at 6. So how much can I depreciate? If you're thinking 3,000, you're correct. So I hope this helps you with this little part of the lesson, and I will post this to Canvas.